What's up, everybody? It's your boy Showtimedr. So right now I'm going to go over things that I've noticed that have changed in Knights Chronicles from when I was playing till now, which I stopped playing, I think it was around November of last year, so that's been for about 8 months, 7 or 8 months. So we'll go over what's changed, what's different. Number one, there are these things called epic quests, which weren't in the game when I quit originally, but for those who don't know, epic quests, it's kind of like specializations in Epic 7. So pretty much it is, they take either an R or an SR unit, and they give them a big long quest thing that you have to do, and eventually they end up being a much better unit than they used to be. So in this case, I did come back for the collab when they were doing the Fairy Tale collab. So I started working on Lydia's. Now Lydia's, for those who don't know, you have to clear like a bunch of quests, and it's gonna be like, you know, silly things like do X dungeon or salvage a rune, etc. And eventually you get to a bottleneck, which is clear training tier 1. Well, to do training tier 1, you have to keep running this top dungeon 3 times a day, and you get basically fragments of the character, and then eventually you get enough fragments, you clear it, and you move on to the next thing, and then there's like a clear training tier 2. So you're going to be wanting to run these dungeons as much as you can every day, no matter what it says, but you still got to check and see, because it might say, run dungeon, and then you already ran all your dungeons, and you're screwed for that day on that part of the quest. And then eventually when you're done with that, it opens up this second dungeon, which is where you go to get pieces of the costume. And once you're done with the costume, which is all right here, you got to use these other components, and they basically upgrade the character, all of their passive skills and their leaderships. So, pretty good stuff. And Lydia is apparently now the best support in the game once you get that complete, so I'm still working on hers. Concurrently, there's also one with Vlad, whatever the name of lowly firecaster girl was, Leona, and Theo. Theo, once you're done with his, he apparently becomes one of the better tanks in the game. Vlad becomes one of the better DPSs, I want to say, in the game. And Leona actually apparently becomes pretty good as well. Order by which to do them, I would personally say do Lydia's and then start working on Theo's and Vlad's. I'm doing theirs concurrently, but this does eat a lot of stamina, so you kind of have to focus one or the other. That's another thing that's really changed in the game, is stamina consumption has gone very much up. As far as other stuff that's changed in the game, if you didn't hear about it, costumes, all the costumes that used to be $19.99, most of them are now 400 crystals, which farmable fairly fast if you're playing the game every day. They're giving away like 100 crystals for one of the login bonuses for the next 7 days or so right now. Not every costume's discounted right now, but eventually in the future they say they're going to. Like there's still one right here, Abel's. And then, but yeah, you can get like Ramu's costume, Morrigan's costume, Marduk's costume. Those are some of the better ones. I think Verdundi's costume is on discount right now. So, kind of made the game playable again that they did that, so that's really cool. And you know, they always have their packages and stuff. Now, as far as other stuff that's changed, summon banners, they actually have... These are the current, it's like the yokai, which I guess is kind of like a meaner Pokemon thing in Japan or something. Collab going on. All the year anniversary events are going on. Loyalty summons, you basically get those if you summon on the yokai banner. And year anniversary summons, you get those from all types of quests in the game, which I'll show you that later. Luna, remember how we all wanted Luna for so long? That's here now, and you can farm them in... There's a new dungeon called the Abyss, or the Labyrinth or something, Ancient Labyrinth. You can farm all those. I'll show you guys that dungeon too in a bit. And Luna, for those who don't know, you can basically increase characters' skills without having to have a dupe of them. So that's pretty cool. Now those quests that I mentioned, they're all right here. So right now, during the event... Oh, one real thing, daily. They put the daily bonus thing up here. Kind of the same daily quest that it used to be, though. You know, you got your daily ones. They get you a little bit of these anniversary tokens. And you got all these time release ones that have to do with, you know, burning lots of stamina, beating certain benchmarks with the new characters. So, try to get as many of those as you can. You know, if you're coming back. Now, one thing that has changed, and unfortunately not for the better, clearly I've been gone for a while, so my friends list dwindled because a bunch of people kicked me because I was inactive. But now, apparently, it is really hard to make friends in this game because they don't want you as a friend unless you have one of the OP units, such as the new Ashley. You see here they have silver stars. That's an awakening. We'll get into that more later. Or if you have, like, the banner units, clearly. Now, so consequently, it's harder to get friends in this game. So, like I'm saying, I'm at 11 of 50 right now. So if you guys want to be my friend, I'm at Doc U26B6. Really need some friends right now because I really need those friend points so I can get the bonus stamina every day. That's one of the things that's changed now. PvP. A couple things have changed. In the shop now, you can get awakening essences, and you can only get one per week, which I could do that. Awakening essence, that's for awakening, which I'll show you guys later what that's all about. It's probably one of the bigger changes in the game. And then also, if you check out the Guild Battle shop, there is now Evomon here. So 6-star Evomon, 1 a week, 5-star Evomon. I should actually put these up. But yeah, you're definitely wanting to get, and want to be buying those out. Now, other stuff that's going on. In your guild, see, we technically have a guild battle going right now, but I'll just get wrecked, so no reason to go do that. In your guild now, depending on when you quit, they put in, you can get additional guild skills now. I'm not sure how high they go, but I want to say it's to 15%. So there's additional guild stuff going on. Stuff has to be donated. I do have 53 million gold, so I don't know if there's even like a limit, but I'll go ahead and throw in 500k. Get with Sheik later to see what we actually need. Anyways, but otherwise, guild is mostly the same. So, adventure, depending on when you quit, there is a new Tybalt the Capital. All the way here to the right. Easy, normal, and hard mode. If you quit earlier than that, Ravine of Memories, all that. Well worth it to clear. You get the star bonuses. You also get, you know, crystals per stage that you 3-star, so well worth it to go do those if you haven't gone and done those. Now, as far as, see if there's anything else on this map that's the lobby. I think most of it's pretty much the same. Oh yeah, so I don't know when they put these in, but there are these new quests now. You can see here, it's kind of like how the old book used to work, for those of you guys that remember the quest book. But you do certain things, you can kind of look at them here. If you do it in a certain order, you get all these bonuses. One of them was 50 Evomon fairly early, which was pretty crazy. And, you know, energy, runes, dungeon tickets, Evomon. Eventually you get a Awakening Essence, million gold right there. So all of this stuff's really cool to do, and a really nice gesture. I don't know if it's like the year anniversary, if it's been here for a while. Damien's Special Training has 22 more days on it right now, but definitely worth coming back for that alone. That's actually pretty cool. Now we're gonna go to town. I'll show you guys some of the stuff that's changed with town, and I'll go check out dungeons and stuff. Now some of the things I've noticed, Goddess Falls, you can now summon 6-star units. It's still the trash 6-star units, but you know, use them as fodder, so pretty good stuff right there. And you know, you might get like a Vlad or something that you might need. Other than that, Conquest Board has now turned into a passive thing. It's no longer an active thing, so you come here and it'll tell you, okay, you need wind units in this case for this map. So I'll go ahead and just start selecting all my wind units, right? And it's going to give you increased success rate, I guess, depending on their combat rating, how powerful they are. So, God, think about that, an actual use for combat rating rather than EPing. So you pretty much, you get it as high as you can. In this case, it's going to be 96%. It's got certain awards, so in this case, it's going to be Evilmon ×4. You send them off. You can run concurrently, multiple at a time. The more friends you have, you can discount the time it takes up here. So pretty good stuff. You can run, I believe, at least 3 of these at a time. And you come back, you get the rewards, or you fail the mission. Whatever's going on there. I think, I want to say that they made Hero Windmill more useful. 6-star hero transformations, but I don't know how useful that is yet, so I haven't invested into it. Now, as far as dungeons go, right now they have a bunch of collab, or not collab, special events going for, like, growth is double, and essence is double, which is pretty cool. Advents, they got the current advent right here going to Belisaria. We'll get into that more. I'm gonna make a video after this for returning player's guide, what you should do. But those are the dungeons that are going on right now. So let's get into heroes so I can show you guys this awakening thing. So awakening, it's right here. Pretty much you need a fully 6-starred awakening hero. Here's the list of actual heroes you can awaken. I believe Verdandi is coming next. What I hear. And right now, the #1 unit, PvE-wise in the game, Ashley, once you get him fully awakened. I don't have an Ashley's fully 6-starred, so I can't show you, unfortunately. But we can take Ruby. I'm not going to build her, but I'll show you what changes. So it's just like the purple stars. There's tiers. So you use X amount of resources, and you get these passive stats down here on the first couple, and then eventually the last one is an active boost awakening effect that makes the character super freaking strong. So those of you guys that know how Ruby works, imagine this, right? So 30% chance to make the caster's turn come next when attacking. I've had Sheik tell me, because Sheik's a really big Ruby fan, has her Ruby super powered up, that Ruby's gone 4 turns in a row. Her Ruby, her fully awakened Ruby. So 100% chance to increase caster attack by 50% for 5 turns, stacks up to 2 times, so basically 100% attack boost. And increase multi-strike chance by 40% if skill 3 is on cooldown. Well, if you guys remember how Ruby worked, her 1 reduces the cooldown of her 2. Her 2 reduces the cooldown of her 3. When she gets hit, she has a chance to heal and decrease cooldown as well. So basically, you could just turn Ruby into a solo DPS monster once you get her fully awakened. And apparently Ashley's even crazier. And Electra turns into basically the best tank for most content in the game. So, but it takes a lot of farm to get this done. But that is another cool thing about these quests that they're offering right now, is you basically get a free awakening unit once you're done with it, because you see all the bonuses here. So you get awakening mats there, a lot of growth mats to help awaken, more awakening mats here. And then eventually you basically get a free enhance, which basically gives them free purple stars from 0 to 6 of them. And then you get even more awakening material here, so as long as you can farm up the other stuff, you're good. And it's basically a free awakening once you complete this Damien quest line right now. So really crazy stuff, really awesome stuff, and that's pretty much it for most of the changes that I've seen. Getting friend units, like I said, is a lot harder, and you know, because the player base dwindled and they had the server merge and everything, so not as many people were playing. But now that they've done the costume thing, there's a fair amount of people coming back. Not like a ton, but a fair amount of people coming, so. Anyways, guys, that's the differences I've noticed. Now, my next video is going to go into returning player's guide, things you should look to do. And so be looking forward to that. Otherwise, I am out of here right now. Have yourselves a great day. Peace out.